Warning, you just made it to Neptune. Oh right, I forgot your oxygen tank. Does not matter. You would not use it anyway. Those 2,100 km/h winds would rip your lungs right out and toss them into space. At minus 218 degrees, your blood freezes solid in 3 seconds. Your heart is still beating, but your vessels are already done. And it gets worse. That blue stuff under your feet is not an ocean. It is a layer of liquid methane and toxic gas. Fall into that, and it is way worse than acid. Thinking about landing? Forget it. This planet does not even have a solid ground. You would sink deeper and deeper, like falling into jelly. And in the end, 4 times Earth gravity flattens you like a pizza. Right now, you are dropping fast. The wind in your ears sounds like 10,000 jets taking off at once. Look up at the sun. It is just a pin-sized dot now. You are 4.5 billion kilometers from Earth. Your distress signal would take 4 hours just to get back. Now look straight down. A giant black vortex is racing toward you. It is bigger than Earth, 13,000 kilometers wide. That is the famous Great Dark Spot, a superstorm that has lasted for decades. And yep, you are heading right into it. 3, 2, 1. And you are in. Instantly, a sideways blast throws you off course. Your whole body starts spinning out, so hard you cannot tell up from down. This force whips you like a top, faster and faster, harder and harder. So why is this storm spinning like crazy? Because Neptune spins insanely fast. Its equator is 155,000 kilometers around, and one full spin takes only 16 hours. That is way faster than Earth at 24 hours. Picture this. You are on a spinning carnival ride throwing a ball. The ball would not fly straight. It would curve away. That is the deflecting force from rotation. And because Neptune spins so fast, that force is terrifyingly strong. Scientists call it the Coriolis force. It twists the whole atmosphere into giant spinning vortices. And now you are trapped inside this 2,100 km/h monster blender. And somehow, it gets worse. You can feel heat rising from below. Inside Neptune, there is a blazing core near 5,000 degrees. That heat keeps pushing outward. The outside is minus 218 degrees of brutal cold. The inside is thousands of degrees hot. Cold and hot layers slam into each other, boiling and churning like a kettle on full blast. That is what made the superstorm you are trapped in right now. You are like a chunk of meat in an industrial grinder, beaten by methane, hydrogen, and helium. At 2,100 kilometers an hour, your clothes shred instantly. Your skin starts cracking. At minus 218 degrees, methane in the air freezes into sharp ice crystals, slicing across you like tiny blades. You can feel the blood in your veins cooling fast, getting thicker while your heart fights to keep up. But your vessels are freezing, cracking, and giving out. Then crack lightning slams right into you. Neptune lightning is insanely powerful, way beyond any storm on Earth. Your hair singes in a flash. The skin on your back chars dark. You even catch that burnt meat smell. Inside this giant vortex, you spin even faster, deeper and deeper. Then suddenly, the spinning starts to ease up because gravity is dragging you downward, pulling you out of the storm core and toward the edge. You spin a few more times, then a stronger side gust slams into you. Bang! It hurls you out of the Great Dark Spot like a pebble fired from a slingshot. Once you clear the storm, you keep falling. You pass through the first blue-green cloud layer. This is the methane cloud deck, about 50 kilometers thick, and you can see countless tiny blue-green droplets all around you. It looks almost like a fantasy world. So why blue-green? Because methane is weird like that. It absorbs red light and reflects blue and green. That is why all of Neptune has that gorgeous blue glow. But where did these droplets come from? When Neptune was forming, the outer solar system was full of hydrogen and carbon. In that minus 218 degree cold, one carbon atom grabs 4 hydrogen atoms and locks together tight, forming a methane molecule, CH4. Normally, methane is a gas, but out here, it is too cold. So cold that even methane boiling at minus 161 cannot stay gas. It freezes straight into tiny liquid drops, suspended in the atmosphere. You reach out to touch one of those pretty droplets, but do not. Your nose already feels brutal pain. Blood and dark damaged tissue start running down. The skin on your arm darkens, blisters, and peels. At this extreme cold, methane turns wildly reactive, more corrosive than concentrated acid. It starts tearing apart the organic stuff in your skin, dissolving your flesh layer by layer. Then smack. Pain hits your back. You turn and see a clear crystal bounce off your shoulder, leaving a deep hole. Then another hits your face, and another punches through your thigh. The diamond rain is here. You can feel the pressure surging, already reaching 1.5 million atmospheres. The temperature climbs to 5,000 degrees. In this extreme environment, methane molecules are crushed apart, carbon atoms rearrange, and crystallize into diamonds. Those diamonds are heavier than the gas around them, so they fall like rain. And now thousands of them, from a few millimeters to a few centimeters wide, are blasting into you at hundreds of kilometers an hour. You have already fallen 100 kilometers, and suddenly, you cannot breathe. Your lungs are being crushed flat. You can hear your ribs crack one by one, snapping apart with broken bone pushing through your skin. Why? Because you are now under 1,000 atmospheres, like diving 10,000 meters underwater. Every 10 kilometers down, the pressure doubles. It feels like a truck on your chest, and it just keeps getting heavier. Your eardrums are long gone. Now your eyeballs start bulging out, like balloons ready to pop. And the weirdest part is, you are starting to heat up. Wait. Was it not minus 218 just a second ago? You are crossing Neptune temperature layers. The top is brutally cold. The deeper you go, the hotter it gets. Now you are 200 kilometers below the top, with pressure in the tens of thousands of atmospheres. Gas molecules are being crushed into violent collisions, and the temperature has climbed to zero. The outside of your skin still has frozen frost stuck to it, but underneath, it is being cooked, red and black. At 500 kilometers down, you cannot move anymore. Everything around you turns thick, like syrup. This is a supercritical fluid under extreme pressure. Hydrogen and helium get squeezed into something between gas and liquid. It is denser than water. You cannot swim in it at all, like being trapped in set jelly. All you can do is keep sinking. The pressure has hit 2 million atmospheres. You can hear your bones crushing apart, your fingers snapping one after another, your spine compressing segment by segment, but you are still falling, still going deeper. 1,000 kilometers, 1,200 kilometers, 1,500 kilometers. Then everything around you turns scorching hot. The temperature jumps from 0 to 2,000 degrees. What is left of your body starts smoking. Skin and flesh begin melting in the heat. You have entered that legendary ocean of water, methane, and ammonia. But this is not normal water. You can feel how strange this stuff is around you. Some parts feel hard like steel, while other parts still flow. This is the superionic state. Oxygen atoms are locked into a solid crystal lattice, but hydrogen atoms still move freely. The whole thing is solid and liquid at the same time, and it can conduct electricity. Then suddenly, you feel an invisible force pulling at your body, stretching and tearing. That is the magnetic field. Neptune magnetic field is 27 times stronger than Earth. It is generated by this ocean under rapid rotation, and that magnetic pull is dragging the iron-rich blood inside your ruined body in different directions. You can feel your vessels tearing apart, and the pressure keeps climbing. 6 million atmospheres is like thousands of tanks crushing you all at once. Your bones are not bones anymore. They are powder now, and then that powder gets crushed into even finer grains. You keep going. 2,000 kilometers deeper, 3,000 kilometers, 5,000 kilometers. You cannot even feel your body anymore. All that is left is a fading thread of awareness falling down. Around you, it gets hotter, the pressure gets heavier, and you know that 8,000 kilometers below is the core with a mass equal to 1.2 Earths, a temperature of 5,000 degrees, and 8 million atmospheres of pressure in an icy rock sphere. But that ice is not normal ice. It is a high temperature, high density solid formed under extreme pressure, harder than diamond, hotter than lava, but you will never reach it. Your awareness finally breaks apart here, vanishing into the bottomless abyss of this blue planet. This is Neptune, 17 times the mass of Earth, 58 times the volume of Earth, a blue hell 4.5 billion kilometers from the sun. In 1989, Voyager 2 flew past it, snapped thousands of photos, and got out. It never came back. From the upper layers to the deep interior, you went through every level of this planet hell. The frozen layer at minus 218 degrees, the pounding diamond rain, the crushing supercritical fluid, the 2,000 degree superionic ocean, and the tearing force of a 27 times magnetic field. All of it proves why Neptune is the most brutal killer in the solar system. All we can do is stand 4.5 billion kilometers away and watch in awe. Because in front of the universe, humans are tiny like dust, but that tiny feeling is exactly why we stay curious and keep moving forward.